she's been blowing up. She's been working really, really hard, and now we get the chance to see her hit the stage really regularly, and she's amazing. And here to do 12 minutes of amazing stand-up comedy and look directly into the camera of your phone, because you're very good and very talented. Please welcome the amazing Benny J.
That almost sounded like a sarcastic clap. You got it.
The Joker.
Boy, oh boy, 12 minutes in a room full of people who have all heard my jokes before. I'll try and be funny. I was going to start with crowd work. There's no crowd, so we'll move on.
What do we chop with them?
Yeah. I know everything about... No, I don't know, but I know I want a Jesus tattoo, but this Jesus... Maybe on my back? That's pretty New Mexico. Oh, right here? Yeah, that's pretty New Mexico. But anyway, those of you who don't know me, which is none of you, my name is Penny, like the pasta. I'm, kind of saucy, but mostly hollow inside. I'm transgender, if you couldn't tell. If you could tell, good for you. Being trans always keeps me on my feet. I have to be alert. It's like being a ninja. I use stealth and deception to avoid getting killed. No, it's not. I kid. It's more like being a Vietnam veteran. Our supporters say we're brave. Everyone else hates us for mutilating children.
Oh.
When you're trans, you're often the only transgender person somebody knows. You may be the first and only trans person they know. So to you, or to them, you are the window into that whole world, and they go through you for everything. It's like whether you chose it or not, you were just elected to transgender Congress. And people come up to you with every question imaginable. Like, what pronoun should I use for non-binary conjoined twins? I feel like it should be they, them, right? But they're already they, them. Should the pronouns be you people? Yeah, I'll find out for you at the next meeting, but probably not you people. Let's not go there. But that's how my mom is. I'm the only trans person my mom knows. For example, when she found out about Project 2025, she was like, oh, that's not going to be good for you or your people. I was like, my people? Apparently, in my mom's eyes, I was promoted from Trans Congress to Queen of the Trans. And it's like, yes, mother, and as their ruler, I cannot allow this insidious legislation to pass. Chinese forever! And people, I still don't know what the hell she was talking about there. The other question, a dumb question I get a lot. People want to know my opinion on transgender women in sports. I'm a trans woman. The fuck do you think my opinion is on trans women in sports? I think trans women in sports is great. I think we need more trans women in sports. We'll play as hard as the men, but you can pay us as little as women. The argument against trans women in sports is that we have some sort of inherent biological edge in all sports. I mean, look at me. The only sport I look like I have an edge in is competitive eating. I mean, my God, play sports? Look at me, I get tired playing the radio. Believe it or not, though I used to be a cheerleader once upon a time. I used to look like Angelina Jolie. These days, it's more like Laura Croft, refrigerator. But I like sports, and that's the problem. I like hockey and basketball. Football's tough to watch. Football's a rough sport to sit through. Not necessarily because of the violence. It's just, it's so boring, and it just draws out. And it's like an endurance challenge to watch an entire game. The only thing more exhausting than playing football is trying to watch it. Football's so boring, football has to get up and walk away every now and then. It's called the 2-minute warning. You're just watching the game, and the game goes, fuck it, I need a break. And it just draws out the game even longer and longer. It's like watching a Quentin Tarantino movie, 3 hours long. Yes, there are violent bursts of action, last for about 10 seconds, but it's mostly a lot of talking. And getting through a football game is so difficult. Watching football is like having sex. The closer I get to the end, the more certain I am I'm not going to finish. Shit, I lost my whole train of thought. Football got me off on a rant. What was I saying? Oh, being trans, yeah. Being trans is fun. Because now I'm officially a white woman, so I love Christmas because I have to. It's how it works. Thought I had a choice, I didn't have a choice. I can still remember my first Christmas season after transitioning. It was about 2 days after Thanksgiving. I was in a parking lot walking to my car. I was just done some Christmas shopping. This van pulls up alongside me. Whoosh, door opens, this hood comes down over my head. I'm hoisted into this van and driven off. I don't know what's happening. But eventually, they pull the hood off, and the blondest, whitest blonde woman in a fabulous pair of Halara leggings. If that's too deep a cut, Lululemon leggings. And now it translates, okay. And there's white girl and there's basic white girl. So yeah, she pulls off the hood. She's like, "You're one of us now. You love Christmas. Say it." Good. Here's your Stanley Cup. Go forth into the world, white woman. And that's where we come from. We just materialize out of Christmas and complaining to managers. I'm not even really transgender. I just bitched at a man over to Arby's one day and woke up like this. White women, we're actually assembled in the North Pole by elves. That's where we come from. I love Christmas, but there are some problems with Christmas I'd like us to address. First of all, I think it's the wrong time of year. I think it wants to be a summer holiday. I think all people want Christmas to be a summer holiday. I say we relocate it. December's a pretty crowded month. Hanukkah is kind of like the IRS. It takes a third of the month right off the top. So now we're down to only like 21 days. Christmas should be the bigger religion and move. And I think we should put Christmas right in the middle of June, right in the middle of Pride Month. Let them fight it out. Give new meaning to the lyrics, "Don me now our gay apparel." It's from A Christmas Carol, which is another term I have a problem with. It's a song 11 months out of the year. It's a Christmas Carol in December. Fuck you. Christmas Carol sounds like a nosy white lady calling the cops on her Mexican neighbor's nativity scene. But the other big problem with Christmas is because it's summer, we want to be outside, but we can't. It's 20 degrees. So what do? We sit inside, and we hang up things like pine cones, and wreaths made out of Christmas trees, boughs of holly. I don't quite know what a bough is, but I think it involves leaves and berries. You stand a tree in the just go fucking go outside already. Trust me, people want to go outside. Christmas dinner can be hot dogs, potato salad, and a case of Michelob Ultra. My biggest beef with Christmas, though, is as a child, I was poor. And when you're a kid and you're poor, Christmas kind of does suck. I remember one year my mom had my Christmas presents repossessed before Christmas, so I didn't even get to see what they were. I mean, they weren't actually repossessed, but you ever put something on layaway and not pay it off? Well, that's what happens. So I didn't even know what I got for Christmas. It's fucked up to wake up to absolutely nothing as an 8-year-old child. Fucked up in a really Charles Dickens kind of way, because I awoke to the ghost of Christmas presents. Let's see, what else can I share with you all? I am white, but I grew up in, well, not actually here in Albuquerque, but more rural northern New Mexico, which is a different species. I grew up with the story of Llarona. Are we all familiar with that? Yeah, okay. I could skip the recap, which is such an Albuquerque story involving this woman who didn't she wanted this Vado, but he wasn't wanting to raise somebody else's kids. So anyway, now we know the full story, and it's fucked up because in most parts of the country, you go like, "Mom, can I play outside by the river?" And mom will be like, "No." "Well, why not?" "Because I said so, that's why." Well, shit, I can't argue with that. She did say it, I heard her. But in New Mexico, moms, it's more like, "Hey, can I go play outside by the river?" "No." Why not? Because the undead spirit of a murderous mom is going to snatch you from the shore, pull you into the water, and hold you down until the bubbles stop. That's why. Fuck. I got green chili. Our greatest export is anxiety. So, still young enough to believe in Santa Claus, and my mom's already telling me, you're going to be rage murdered. It prepared me for a life of being trans. Oh boy, so I got that in there. We've done the. Alright, so I guess we have to do the thing that we have to do and talk politics. I think everybody knows we've got elections coming up in 2 weeks? Very important. I don't care who you're voting for, just get out and vote. I totally care who you're voting for. Who am I kidding? I'm not a big fan of politics, don't really follow it, but I know the broad strokes, I know what I need to know. For example, I know that Joe Biden did what Donald Trump's father should have done and pulled out. I know that Kamala Harris came in, took his place, and has been doing a pretty good job. Thank God for that. I was a little worried. Thought this might have been the Democrats' biggest screw-up since picking up JFK in the convertible. Oh, that's right, President and Princess Lumpyhead. That was such a fascinating story. Anyway, yes, the convertible ride, apparently JFK was really impressed. It blew his mind. No, I also know that Joe Biden had something in common with Adolf Hitler. They both failed to finish a race. And yeah, so that's all I know about politics, now that we got that out of the way. Because I feel like you have to talk about politics, and I just don't care. It's like the election is like the Super Bowl. Like, I guess I give a shit who wins, but I'm not watching the entire season. You guys just heard my opinion on watching football. But despite not giving a crap about politics, I am proud to be an American. I do think it's a great country. It's a land of opportunity. If you can dream the dream and you're willing to put in the work, you can make it happen if you're white. And so it's a land where a little boy can grow up to become a BBW MILF. And that was my version of the American dream, to be a really shitty Pornhub category. My name is Penny Jane. That is my time for tonight. Thank you all. Have been wonderful.